and welcome to everyone. I just wanted to look back at this fight. I'm so happy because we've seen a victory. We've seen a victory on the end of. Because we've seen the victory on the end of Alex Pereira. I believe after checking that kick that his opponent was unable to get back into the winning column, that his opponent was pretty much heavily rocked, dazed, and Israel Adesanya was unable to move in that round 5 after Poatan checked his kick. But was it great call or was it too early stoppage? That's the topic I wanted to discuss with you right now these days, and I really wanted to look into this topic a bit more. I really wanted to see what do you guys think about this upcoming topic. Was it an early call? Was it a good call? Was it a nice way? Was it just a nice way to bring it on? I do believe that the referee, I believe Mark Goddard did a good job here. I mean, it's true that I have never been the greatest fan of Adesanya because he was making fights boring at UC. I wanted him to lose. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act that I don't care because he didn't win that fight. But the truth is, after all those strikes, the first time when left hook landed, it was a great call. It was a good piece of play for Israel. It was a good piece of play for Alex Poatan Pereira. And Poatan did a wonderful job by not letting his opponent slip away. The first time left hook landed right on the button. He rocked Israel Adesanya, then Adesanya ducked under, ate few more shots, and it led to a brutal barrage of bullets, to a brutal barrage of punches. Excellent demolition magician. Well, he was down on the scorecards 3-1, but it looked to me like after that big left hook, round 5 was looking like a one-sided ass whooping where Alex Pereira was swinging the hammer. And from what I've seen, it really looked like a clean play. It really looked like one of the best performances of Alex de Poatan Pereira. It really looked amazing. And from what I've seen, I think the call was pretty much on point. I don't think it was an early call. Maybe, I mean, just saying maybe, the ref could have let Adesanya eat 2 or 3 more shots, but he saved him from a big knockout. He was heavily rocked while on the feet, but in the first round, I think the referee made a good call by not stopping the fight when Poatan was brutally rocked, because Poatan didn't look good. I'm not gonna lie to you, Poatan didn't look good. Poatan looked pretty much shaken, and Poatan was looking, how to say, maybe it was a strike after the bell, but Poatan didn't look the greatest. We've seen some big problems on the end of Poatan, as Poatan was having a hard time getting back on the stool after round 1. And between rounds 1 and 2, his corner was very much busy trying to enable him to work his way back into the octagon normally. But then he overcame the crisis, as well as you've seen. Poatan overcame the crisis, and he made a great job in the second, despite Adesanya was dominating, despite Adesanya was on the winning end. I got to say that Poatan really did a wonderful job, and it's never easy to get back, especially after a strike like that. After you eat such a huge barrage of bullets, it's very much hard to get back into the winning column, which explains the fact why he lost the next 3 rounds. He lost round 2, round 3, round 4, but I've got an explanation why he lost it. That's something that is pretty much not strange to me. I understand why Poatan lost. Poatan lost because he was unable to adjust, and because he was really having a hard time throughout this round. Adesanya was moving around. He was circling. He was creating a mess into the opponent's head. That's something he's been always doing. He was always winning the fights by running around the circles, moving around, destroying his opponents, and his wise game plan. His wise game plan was looking great. His wise game plan was looking great against Alex Pereira for 4 rounds. For 4 rounds, he was doing an excellent job, but then one kick got checked, and it was pretty much all he wrote. He was annihilated. He was brutally annihilated, and when we've seen all those problems on the end of his opponent, well, I had a feeling that Adesanya was going to get finished, but I was expecting it's either going to be a Adesanya decision or Poatan KO, TKO. So I do believe that Poatan really, really did a wonderful, wonderful job in round 5. Well, he was gambling, you know. He was gambling. He put all in. That was all he wrote. He put all in, and he was trying so, so hard to defeat his opponent. And when you put all in, when you go like Platan, when you fight with your heart, when you put all in, sometimes it's gonna pay out, but it's risky, it's gambling. When you compare Platan to all other fighters who were fighting Israel Adesanya, nobody, but literally nobody was gambling that much. Majority of them were trying to out wrestle him. I mean, Jan Blaovic was fighting intelligently, but Platan was marching forward. Platan was all in or nothing. Hmm, that was Platon's philosophy, all in or nothing, and he put all into the game. He put all into his strikes, and he really, really did a wonderful job by outpacing his opponent in round 5 and by connecting all those strikes after checking that leg kick. And I've seen that Adesanya started limping after that right leg kick was checked. So, needless to say that it was not his night. It definitely wasn't Adesanya's night. And Adesanya was thinking it was going to be one routine walk in the park, and it was everything but a routine walk in the park. It was everything but a walk in the park for Adesanya. He lost twice to Platan, and even inside the octagon ring, Adesanya tried to fight smart. He was trying to grapple, and Platan, it seems Platan has worse grappling than Adesanya, but his striking is top notch. I mean, he is one of the most elite level strikers the world has ever seen, and I'm backing that theory up. I really believe if anybody tries to outstrike this guy, that it's not going to go nicely. But every single time they were trying to outstrike him, there was so many problems. You've seen he is the owner of the best left hook in the division. I hope to make a video about that tomorrow, about his left hook. I'm going to make a video tomorrow or the day after tomorrow when I have a bit more time. I'm going to analyze all of his bouts, and as soon as the left hook landed right on the button, it was just a perfect piece of play. It was just a perfect matchup, you know. Because Platan's left hook is the best the world has ever seen. That's something that needs to be spilled out. That's something everybody has to know. Also, these days I don't have that many obligations, which is kind of nice. I do have obligations, but not that many. I'm not under that kind of a big pressure. I mean, I've been under big pressure these days, but tomorrow I hope I will be having a bit more time to record those predictions, and I'm hoping to make Platan's video on his magical left hook. That's the video I'm trying to create since the fight with Powell at LFAs, about his glory fights, and also his knockout win against Michailidis. He was unable to hit him with that left hook. Against Silva, well, we've seen that Blindado survived some of the greatest strikes from Alex El Platan Pereira, and it seems that guy was a fucking zombie. No, I was really having the feeling that this guy was a fucking zombie. But in this match, I believe the call out was pretty much on point. I believe this call out by the referee saved Israel Adesanya from the further damage. And if you ask me, I would have probably stopped the fight. I might have stopped it a bit earlier because Adesanya was obviously not fighting back, and obviously his opponent was trying. His opponent was trying hard to knock him out cold, and from what I've seen, From what I've seen, I believe Mark Goddard did a great job. I really believe Mark Goddard did a great job. And I'm not a guy who praises referees too much. It's hard to be a referee. I'm also a soccer referee. And when you need to wave with the flag and when you need to hold that flag, I'm the assistant referee. I know the referee's job is always hard. But I do believe it was a great call. I do believe Mark Goddard did a wonderful job last night. And if you ask me, I think Mark Goddard is an excellent referee for a reason. But of course, everybody makes a mistake from time to time. But as soon as left hook landed on the button, Adesanya didn't have much of a choice. He really didn't have much of a choice as his opponent pretty much pissed him up easily. So I believe it was a great call by Mark Goddard. Some people are saying that he should have let the fight continue, just like I disagreed in the case of Marina Rodriguez versus Amanda Lemos. Just like I disagreed with that call a bit. I was thinking that Marina Rodriguez should have eaten a few more strikes, that the referee should have let her fire back. But Rodriguez didn't protest the stoppage. Adesanya didn't protest the stoppage. As long as fighters don't protest, it should mean it was a good call. But we've seen the example of Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren when Robbie Lawler was protesting the stoppage. I mean, every single time the fighter doesn't protest the stoppage, it should mean that the stoppage was accurate, that the stoppage was correct. That's at least how I see it coming. But some people are probably going to disagree with me, as in some cases, accidents happen, mistakes happen. If Goddard didn't stop and he was going to come to Izzy's face in that vulnerable position, then he would have been down for good. Yeah, I believe he would have been down for good. I think it was a good call. I think it was a good call after that left hook. He was heavily, brutally rocked. And I believe it was a nice stoppage. But maybe, for example, Rich Mitchell or Mario Yamazaki wouldn't stop the fight. And it was not an effective defense on the end of Israel Adesanya, so Goddard saved him from further damage, if you ask me. That's how I see it coming. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for hanging around with me. You are the best. You are awesome. And I will now have to go. Have some obligations. Need to get some sleep. Tomorrow I will record predictions. I plan to record Invicta LFA. I have a bit more time tomorrow, so I will try to spend more time with my lovely fans. Have a great day, everyone, and catch you later.